This is my iPhone 16 Pro Max. While this device is seen as an incremental upgrade, there is one factor that is new to me. The 6.9-inch screen has been something new. So I've been testing out ways where I can use the phone in different scenarios while being mindful about how much I use my phone. Let's get started with what's on my lock screen. This is how I look at my lock screen. I treat my lock screen as a hub. I actually wish there was an option to add more rows or more widgets. I honestly think I would not even unlock my phone in that case. What's on my lock screen is the time and date, and the font choice is basic with some boldness, and I have white font color. On the bottom of the time to the left, I have weather on my battery status of my Apple Watch Ultra on the right. I'll often take my watch off and just leave it at the coffee table or something, so this is a good way to monitor my battery. And I always have always on display so I can kind of see what the weather is going to be like without unlocking my device. And on the bottom, I have the flashlight to the left and Google Home throughout app function in the shortcuts to the right. I do have a small apartment, but there are a few things that are added into my Google Home ecosystem. I have 4 lights, my Levoit 100S air purifier, and my TCL Q7 linked to my Google Home. And this way, things are very easy access. I don't need to get into my phone all the time to control stuff, nor yell at Google to turn off the lights at 3 a.m. And my wallpaper of choice is actually a photo that I took during my Italy trip. I do have a wallpaper pack available to purchase if you do want to use my photos as your wallpaper. There are 9x16 and 16x9 wallpapers in the pack. Now let's sign in over to the home screen. On the widget page, let's call this page 0, I have 3 widgets: weather, battery status widget for my Apple devices, and lastly reminders. This is where I set myself daily tasks and tick them off as I go. I do like the reminders to keep up the most space here, as I like to see what's on my list. If you currently are not working with a to-do list and don't feel like you're getting a lot done, do try it out. And now let's go over to the main homepage, and let's call this page 1. Here I have a minimal approach as well. I do want the first page of my home screen to be almost an extension of my lock screen. And there are some widget apps where you can import interesting widgets along with cool themes. But I do like to stick with the originality of the device. At the top right, I have the battery percentage mode turned on. If you are not sure how to do that, go over to your battery settings and click on battery percentage. As part of the first screen, I do have a stacked widget, and I have calendar and Google in the largest format possible. And with this, I have turned off the widget suggestions and turned on Smart Rotate. Before we get into the apps, let me just mention that I do like the original icon look of the iPhones. So in the customization department, I have my icon small and the theme stays in dark mode. The apps on my home screen are accumulated in the center, and here's the idea behind this. On the first page of my home screen, I only want apps that I use often and I need quick access to. There are currently 8 apps, not including the ones on the dock. Because there are 8 apps, my idea is to organize them in a way where I can reach them easier because of the size of the 16 Pro Max. When it comes to my first homepage app choices, it's a blend of work, entertainment, and finance. And on the bottom dock, I have calling, messages, Spotify, and Google Home. One app that I'm happy to highlight here is Adobe Lightroom. I've been using Lightroom for many years. Because we have raw photo capabilities on the iPhones for the past few years now, it's a great match. I capture a lot of day-to-day photos and just quickly edit them on my Lightroom app. No moving files, no going back to my computer or anything. Just editing on my iPhone. With the Lightroom, it just syncs your images. You can view and continue on your edits on another device. What's interesting is that Apple is actually acquiring an image editing app called Pixelmator. I think Apple has something in mind for photo post-processing, as there are not a lot of competition versus Adobe. However, there are many alternatives to video. I think even with Lightroom, all the apps are self-explanatory here, but I'll go a little bit about Spotify too. I've been switching back and forth between Apple Music and Spotify. I'm happy to say that I'm back to Spotify, and I think I'm gonna stay with it. It is weirdly simpler to operate despite Apple Music being an Apple product, but more than the app operations, I really care about music and artist discovery. Spotify has a lot of unique playlists that are created by users, and so much of it helps me find new music and artists. And with that, we're wrapping up the first page of my home screen. On to the next one. With the second page, I'll start from the bottom. On the bottom of the screen, you'll see my Gmail widget. It's linked to my domain email. It's nice to peek at what's going on while sliding through the pages, rather than going to the app if it's not necessary. Right above that, I've got my fitness widget. I'm doing my best to hit 1500 calories a day. Not getting there every day. I'd say it's not a natural number to hit every day if you are working from home. What I have to do is actually set aside time to hit the gym, and on top of that, go for separate walks to get the steps in. I play soccer once or twice a week, which really helps to hit those calories. This portion of the video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. Working long hours at a computer with poor posture can seriously impact your health and productivity. That's why I'm excited to introduce you to the C7 Ergonomic chair from FlexiSpot. The C7 is available in both mesh and foam seating options. I personally use and love the mesh version. It's really breathable, you'll appreciate that during summer months. And the mesh actually provides a really comfortable support as well. Speaking of comfort, the C7 stands out with its impressive ergonomic features. The backrest locks at an optimal 93-degree angle for proper posture, and it includes an expertly designed lumbar support that naturally aligns with your spine. For those moments when you need to lean back and think, the chair also offers 4 different lockable positions, perfectly balancing comfort and ergonomic support. What really sets the C7 apart is its exceptional customizability. You get 5 different levels of backrest adjustment, allowing you to find your perfect position, while the height adjustment and multi-directional armrest ensures that you can create the ideal ergonomic setup for your needs. This chair literally covers the comfort of your legs to all the way to your neck. All these features work together to promote better posture and reduce strain during long work sessions. During special times of the year, FlexiSpot does offer special promotional pricing on the C7 and more. To learn more about the exceptional ergonomic solution and take advantage of current deals, click the link in the description below. Your body will thank you for making this investment. On top of the fitness widget, I've got my apps in a folder system. I'll walk you through them. We've got finance, utilities, shopping endpoints, food, Google stuff, navigation and parking, socials, and lastly, creative tools. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory, but I'll get into creative tools. Here you might find some apps you might be familiar with. There are a few camera apps that help me remote control my cameras, Notion, which helps me to organize ideas and actually plan my videos in Notion, as well as run my CRM on here. We've got DJI Drone app and the Even app, and you might be new to this. This is how I control my AI-powered smart glasses. These are the Even Realities glasses. They've got AI, teleprompting, really nice stuff. On the last slide, I have some of my other apps that I use on a regular basis, but do not need to be on the first or second page. A lot of times I find myself type the name of the app that I need to access anyways. Let's be honest, it's not ideal to memorize where all the apps are, especially the ones that you're not frequently using. So I even removed some of the apps from the home screen. To give you an example, here's a list of apps on my phone. Let's get into the control screen. This is where the most used settings and tools live, and this is how my layout looks like. I'm pretty sure that your phone and iOS comes with 3 different pages of controls. I brought mine to 1, and there's an option to do that if you're not familiar. My layout here is very essentialist. I only have the tools that I use often. Let's start from the bottom. Because reachability is a bit of a problem on the 16 Pro Max, I place app and settings that I use most in the most easy access area. So my volume and screen brightness and orientation is right here where my thumb would be naturally. One unique new icon here is the reduce motion. If there's a scenario where I'm not driving and I want to be on my phone, I would turn the reduce motion on so that there's no motion sickness situation. That is it for this episode. I appreciate you tuning in. The one thing that you can take away from this video is that I keep things very simple with my phone. My idea is to spend less time on the device and get things done in quickest and most efficient way possible. And this is a system that works for me. Thanks for watching. As always, it has been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.